Before we came on air tonight, we sat down with a legend, Stevie Van Zandt, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee, musician, E Street Band, activist, actor, Sopranos, of course. Now, add author to that resume. His memoir, Unrequited Infatuations, a memoir, already holds a top 10 spot on the New York Times bestseller list. This is a fascinating book. I mean, people thought you had an interesting life. When they read the book, it gets interesting. Or you kind of live in 3 acts. It's like you conquer music, then you want to save the world, then you go to Hollywood. Which of those has been the most fulfilling?
Well, it's a moment by moment, sort of dedication. You take what you're handed at any given time, and you try and realize your potential and give it 100%, whatever it may be. There's no one part that's more significant than another. There's a couple of significant accomplishments along the way, I think, that stand out, certainly, but mostly, you're just trying to deal with every single day and live in that moment.
Everyone knows you from the E Street Band. You met Bruce. You write about this in the book when you were 14, 15 years old, and you say, when you meet another guy in a band, you're friends, especially in your area. When you meet a guy who also has long hair, you're best friends, and you guys both had long hair. What was it about Springsteen?
Well, I think we were the only other person that we knew who felt that rock and roll was literally everything. It wasn't a hobby. It wasn't a thing for the weekend, to pass the time. It was literally a religion. And, if you're the only freak in town, you start to wonder, But when there's at least 2 of you, you think, well, okay, maybe I'm onto something here, And I think we encouraged each other to continue to feel the way we felt about it.
Let's talk showbiz. Before The Sopranos, reading in the book, I didn't know this. You hadn't really acted, you hadn't taken lessons, auditions, all this. How did David Chase, the show creator, talk you into stepping into this whole new world?
Well, it helped that I had nothing better to do. That's where it started. I had pretty much been blackballed from the music business at the time. I don't want to be overly dramatic about it, but that's kind of where it was at. So I had nothing better to do. And I even said to him, listen, David, I appreciate the offer, but I'm not an actor, And he said, yes, you are. Just come on down and I'll take care of the rest, And he did. And he handed me a wonderful gift of a new craft, which is just the most wonderful gift you can possibly be given.
I mean, the authenticity there, it just really worked. By the way, what do you think of the reboot? Are you going to be in it?
No, I'm not in it. I saw it last night, and it's just terrific. It's fantastic. People are going to love this. Many Saints of Newark. It really, John Magaro plays Silvio, my character, I guess, whatever it is, 20 years earlier or whatever it is. And, he's really quite, he's good and he's hilarious. I mean, people are going to get a kick out of that, I'm sure.
In this book, you take us to the peaks, the billboards, the clubs, the money. You take us to the valleys, like at one point, losing a contract, making $150 a week. Drugs, crazy girlfriends, and I mean crazy. Do you think the young stars today have the wild experiences you did?
No, it's a shame, but I don't know. I maybe not, because it was just the most fun time. We were so lucky. This is before AIDS even existed. And things were looser, Things were a lot looser, and just.
I gathered as much.
I don't mean to make you too jealous. The music was just phenomenal all the time, all of it. We had 7 or 8 rock and roll TV shows on. Can you imagine something like that? And the pop music of the day was the highest evolution of our art form. I mean, the greatest art being made was also the most commercial. And that's when you have a renaissance, you know? So it was all around you all the time. And there was a lot of, you know, negativity happening and chaos happening at the same time. I mean, there was assassinations all over the place, and Vietnam and civil rights marches and burning cities down, and, you know, all that going on also. But that didn't bother you so much, you know. But it was just, you know, we had a sense of optimism in those days that, you know, I really, really miss. And that's why I started my radio show, my 2 radio formats, my record company, my foundation. It's all working on trying to bring the arts back into our culture in an integral way. I mean, arts must be integrated into the education system. It'll change the entire education system if we can pull that off. And we're doing it. We have 40,000 teachers doing it. Many partner schools now integrating our teachrock.org curriculum, which is free. It's free for teachers. You know, but basically, it's integrating arts into the education system to try and balance out what has become this boring world we are now living in. I mean, how did we get so boring, Chance? Will you tell me this? How did it happen?
With you in it, I don't know. I mean, you're keeping it spicy.
I think it's worthwhile to spend one's time, at least part of one's day, to try and make life a little less boring for everybody, if possible. You know?
Yeah. And I mean, good art, good music, good people, that makes all the difference. I mean, you have so much going on now, the record company, new music, education for music educators. Stevie Van Zandt, I appreciate you joining us. Unrequited Infatuations, a memoir, is out right now. It's a fantastic read. People will never be bored. Thanks for joining us here on Newsy, Stevie.
Thank you, my friend. Good talking to you.